Hi, everyone. If you are new here, I say welcome. If you have been with me since the beginning, I say thank you. In my first video, I talked about what it really feels like to live with epilepsy. In my second video, I shared how I am learning to see myself more than my diagnosis. And today, I am going to be more practical. I am going to talk about what triggers my own seizures. I will share what set off my seizures based on my own experiences. And I will also talk about what doctors and researchers have said are common triggers in those who are living with epilepsy. And most importantly, I am going to talk about what I am doing now to stay safer, calmer, and to be more in control. For the longest time, I didn't even realize that I had triggers. I thought epilepsy happens out of nowhere. But looking back, there was always a pattern. One of the biggest for me is stress. Stress from work. I work and school at the same time. So whenever I'm done working, I always experience dizziness. Another is stress from school, stress from reading or preparing for exams. Reading for exams all night, skipping meals, and my anxiety all through the roof can be a trigger. In my last two seizures happened during exam time, but not only was I stressed during the exam time, I also missed my medications as well. Another big one is missing my medication. Sometimes being consistent with one's medication can be harder than people think, but it makes a huge difference. Also, when I don't sleep well, lack of rest can also make me feel dizzy. So for me, missing my medication, stress, and lack of rest can be my own personal triggers. Now, aside from my own experiences, there are other things that could trigger seizures in those who are living with epilepsy: missing medication, stress and anxiety, lack of rest, hormonal shifts. Many women notice more seizures during their period. Alcohol or drugs, illness, and dehydration, low blood sugar from skipping meals as well. It is not the same for everyone. So it is important for you to pay attention to your own body and figure out what your own personal trigger is. So, how do I deal with all of this? Well, personally, I am learning to manage stress better by resting well. I'm also planning my studies very well and try not to overwhelm myself. I'm also taking my medication regularly. It also helps to have a support system, people who are around you, who understand you, and can encourage you to take it easy when needed. At the end of the day, epilepsy may affect us, but it doesn't define us. It may be parts of our story, but it doesn't tell the ending. Once you know your own personal triggers and manage them, life becomes more stable. Now, I would like to hear from you. If you are living with epilepsy, what are your own personal triggers? Drop them in the comments. Let's share and encourage one another. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, because I will be sharing more of my journey and tips on living with epilepsy. Till next time, remember that you are not alone.